let's talk about how I blew through $700,000 in the past 2 years. Okay, I wasn't alone doing that, but let's get into it. So, when I started digital and affiliate marketing 2.5 years ago, I couldn't even rub two pennies together. We were in debt. We were seconds away from losing our vehicle, okay? So, when I started making a lot of money, and when I mean like 30, 40, 50, 60, all the way up to $70,000 in a month, that's money we never saw before. We paid off debt. We paid off vehicle, got a new vehicle. I upgraded. And then with all that money also came along, I won't say too much, but an addiction that also played a lot a part in where the money went. Not my addiction though. We went on vacations. We literally would fly across the country all the time. We would go to Lions games. And when I mean Lions games, I mean like front row behind the bench. We flew across the country for a Lions game. We were just stupid with our money. And looking back, I'm like, how did we spend that much in a month? Like, we would spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars every single month. And I will say, there were days where I'm like, let's go shopping and just go spend $700 at Target for no reason. Like, nothing that I needed, just I never had that money before. Which obviously leads me to now. And I have spent the last 8 months completely rebuilding my life. I did move into a new place. I was able to get all new furniture for my kids and I. I'm going through a divorce, which that alone is, yeah.
The reason why a lot of people are broke is not the fact that they can't get money, it's the fact that they can't keep it. A lot of people are trying to rebuild their lives, and a lot of people are going on social media saying, I can't make no money, or I'm broke, the economy's this, the economy's that. No, that's all far. There's a lot of people making a lot of money right now, but they have bad spending habits. The most important decision you make is when you make the money, there's one decision that you're going to make that's going to determine if you're going to be rich or broke, how you spend your money. Are you putting your money into savings and stocks and stuff? Or are you putting your money into Target? Or are you putting your money into Lions games? Or are you putting your money into cars, houses, clubs? What are you doing when you get that money? Blew 700K in 2 years. That's crazy. Yeah, but this usually happens to people who don't have money. That's why it's very important to understand what can money do for you. What is the money providing for you? Is it just providing thrills and vacations and stuff, or are you really going to just sit down and use this money to take care of you for the rest of your life? A lot of people in this position today in this economy would not be broke or poor if they made the right decision when they got money. Everybody has made money, different amounts, but everybody has made money. But what keeps them in debt? Their lifestyle, how you're trying to live, how you want to be perceived, how you want to look on social media, how you want to look on Instagram, how you want to be, you want people to, admire you because what you have. People are going broke to impress people. That's the world that we're living in. You want to get the bags, you want to get the cars, you want to get all these things, but you don't want to put your money into some accounts. You don't want to put that money into an annuity. You don't want to put your money up to where you can just live off the interest for the rest of your life. That's the goal. See, people don't understand that's the goal. The goal is to get a bunch of money, put it in an annuity, and live off the interest. It's very simple to have an easy life, but people just don't do it. People don't even know what an annuity is. That's the crazy part. People want to work, and then what they're doing is they're building up more debt. Car payments, house payments, credit card payments, payments for a bag, Klarna payments, afterpay, all of that. All you're doing is just paying interest on top of interest, and next you know, you need that job. The most important thing when you have money is that you don't need that job. So that should be your motivation. You should be working to a point where you don't need that job. That is the key. That is the mind frame that a lot of people miss out on. You working for things, but you should be working for not needing that job. A lot of people can't comprehend that. Put yourself in a position where you don't need that job. That's the best feeling in the world, where you can quit whenever you want and you'll be just fine. This is why I tell people there's nothing wrong with getting a job. There's nothing wrong with getting a job, but get that job to build up your side hustle. Get that job to build up your savings. Get that job so you can get a lot of money and put it into annuity and get the interest. Get your job to do that. You should be thinking every day, I want to live off the interest. I don't want to slave in what I'm doing. I want to live off the interest. That's what you should be thinking about when you're working. But blowing 700K in 2 years, there's people that blew millions in a month. Let's keep it going.
And I had an emergency surgery a couple months ago, which I did not have health insurance for. And honestly, looking back, I'm so mad at myself, but I'm also so glad that I can sit here today and realize what I did with my money was stupid. And it was like, I'm so frugal about my money now because I just want all of that in the bank now, and I don't need to go spend hundreds of dollars and do all of these things anymore. The memories are great, and I still do a lot of things with my kids, and I'm still doing some things, but we just were so excessive with it. I honestly don't even know why I made this video. I just think it goes to show that people truly do not realize, like, yeah, you can make a crap ton of money, but you can also spend it just as quick. And I see it so much with so many people, and now I just like sit here and I'm like, the more money I have in the bank is better for me, and I'm just a cheap now. And I know God's like, I did that for a reason, like I did that, but yeah. And I also want to mention, like, I truly did rebuild my life. Like, I've literally rebuilt my entire life the past 8 months. And I just want to, like, I'm proud of myself. Like, I'm proud of myself. Let's talk about how I blew through $700,000.
What you have to understand is this: when you're looking and making a lot of money, right? You're trying to fulfill these fantasies that you had before. You want to live that life that you've seen. You want that car. You want that all these things. But what you start to realize when you get all these things, it's just stuff. It's just stuff. That bag is just stuff. All you're doing is making somebody else rich. Then you become stingy, right? That's the one thing they don't want you to do when you make money, is become stingy and become frugal. Because when you really sit down and you got money, it's all about your own happiness and not trying to fulfill your happiness with things. The reason why people go broke is because they're not just happy with themselves. They're trying to, create an image and try to make themselves look cool. But at the end of the day, when you locking in and you making all that money and you buy all those things, they're just things. They're things that are made in China that are overpriced. Isn't that crazy? People go broke for things that are made in China and overpriced. People are trying to look cool and overly paying for a bag that costs $25 to make in China. But it's not worth it. It's not worth it. The goal to work is to get to a point where you don't need that job. That's all it is. The goal to work is to get to that point where you don't need that job. That's how you need to be working. That's need to be your focus when you get that job. I'm working so I don't need this job one day. That's the point of working. That's the point of putting in the work. But don't be working for stuff, because you'll be broke. You will always be broke. That's the thing you have to understand and realize, that it's not about just spending money. It's about keeping it and living the life you want to. Financial freedom. The key word in that is freedom. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It's always going to keep this thing rock. Keep it going. Tap into the No Filter Morning Show Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I appreciate you guys, and I'm out.